Okay, so dear students, let us begin with the introduction of C programming. You see, C was a high-level language. It's a high-level language developed in 1970s by Dennis Ritchie at Bell Telephone Laboratories. High-level language means the language what is right, in fact, and the low-level language means the machine language or the assembly language that is understandable to a machine. Now, whenever we write a program, as we know, we write the program in high-level language. And after writing the program, what we do? We just compile the program so that the compiler converts the high-level language into low-level language. Now, C was largely confined to use within Bell Telephone Laboratories until 1978. And Ritchie published a definite description of the language. Now, before C, we had two other language, BCPL and B. BCPL means Business Combined Programming Language, and another language was there, B. Now, structure of a C program. Before I explain the structure, you see, just have a look at this program. What's written there? You see, what's written? This is hash include stdio.h. Now, whenever we write any language, any C language, the first statement or the comment should be include stdio.h. That means we are accessing the file stdio.h. This is called the standard input-output file with .h extension. Now, why we access this standard input-output file? Because when we compile or execute a C program, the compiler or the compiler needs some information, and these information are stored in this library file. So first of all, we need to include the library file in our program. Now see the second line. We have given a backslash star, and we ends with star backslash, and in between we write. Here we have written program to calculate area of a circle. Now this is called the comment line. The comment line means this line will not be executed. This line will not be compiled. Whatever we write here within these delimiters, the same output will come out. Nothing will change. So this is called the comment line. Then we start with main. Main is nothing but a function heading. Now I tell you one thing, the C programming is a combination of some functions, and one of the functions must be main function. One of the functions must be main function. Now within this program, we can incorporate plenty of functions as and where or as and when we need, as per our desire. So the function heading, we start with the main function, and here actually, though it's not written void, but you take it granted that the function is a void function. Void function means the function doesn't return any value. The function doesn't return any value. Now, after writing this main function, then we give a brace, and you see, after completing of all this syntax or commands, we close with a brace. Now this is whatever written in the braces, this is the body of the program. Now what we have done at the beginning, we have written float, radius, area. That means this is called the variable declaration. That means we have declared two variables. One is radius and another one is area. And the type of both these variables is float. Float means the real. You can write float x, y also, no problem. Next one is the printf. Printf is the output statement. We have written printf, and then within first bracket we have written radius equals to what. Now within this inverted comma, whatever we have written, this will come as output. This will come as output. Then this is called the scanf. The scanf function, this printf and scanf both are also functions. Now scanf function is the input statement and printf function that represents the output function. Scanf, and this is called the format specification. You will understand everything. First of all, just let me explain. This is percentage f, ampersand radius. This is the syntax of writing scanf statement, that means input statement. Now whatever we write after scanf, what happens, you see, we need some input from the keyboard. Now whatever we put through the from the keyboard, suppose we insert a value, say 5. That value 5 will be stored in the variable radius. That value 5 will be stored in the variable radius. Next, what happens, we have written area equals to 3.14159 into, this term is into radius. That means we have written area equals to 3.14 into radius square. 3.14 into radius square, simply pi r square. Now see one thing, here we have declared two variables, radius and area, and we have used the two variables, radius and area, in the body of the function. Now if you write here float x, y, then what you would have written? You would have written scanf percentage f, comma, ampersand x. Then you would have written y equals to this one, 3.14159 into x. Then again the printf equals to within inverted comma, area equals to percentage f. Percentage f is a format specifier, that is, whenever we use a real variable, the format specifier for the real variable is percentage f. If we declared these variables as integers, we would have used area equals to percentage d. Plenty of format specifiers are there, you will come across this. So printf, this is the output statement, comma, area, semicolon. Now see, after every commands or after every lines we have used semicolon, and then we close the program. Now see, what I have explained, it's written here. The program is typed in lowercase. Either upper or lowercase can be used, but by custom we use the lowercase. However, you can write this comment line in uppercase also, no problem. Then what happens? The first line contains a reference to the special file called stdio.h, which contains information that must be included in the program when it is compiled. So whenever we compile a C program, we need some information to be included, and these information are stored in the standard input-output file. The second line is a comment line, as I have already told you. The third line is a heading for the function main. Now C program is a combination of functions, and one of the functions is a main. So third line is a heading of the function. The empty parenthesis, actually after main we have given a parenthesis, you see the empty parenthesis, and within this parenthesis we have not written anything because the function doesn't have any arguments. Basically the role of arguments is to pass information to the program through these arguments. Now we are not passing any information through these arguments, so we have not used any arguments. The remaining 5 lines enclosed within a pair of braces. These 5 lines comprise the compound statement within the main. So whatever we have written within braces, these are known as the compound statement. Compound statement means a combination of some statements. The first line is a variable declaration. As we have written plot, area and radius, so this is called the variable declaration, and the remaining 4 lines are expression statements. These are known as the expression statements. Remaining 4 lines that we have written, these are the expression statements.